Happy St. Patrick's Day to all my Irish friends and people that want to be Irish. I'm 25% Irish, 25% Welsh, 25% English, and 25% Scottish, thereabouts. Give or take 1 or 2% either way. That's how my genealogy came back from a DNA test. Anyhow, I want to discuss a few things today. The video won't be that long, I don't think. First, I want to discuss my buddy Dougie Ford wanting to put legislation in to make it legal to carry pepper spray. Now, this pepper spray here is expired and it's empty. It leaked out, so that's why I'm carrying that. But right now in Ontario, it is illegal to carry pepper spray or bear spray with the intent to use it for self-defense against people. Now, there is a workaround to understand that you could carry pepper spray, or, well, I don't think bear spray, but pepper spray. You can carry bear spray in bear country. You can carry bear spray if you feel threatened by either canines, dogs, or coyotes, foxes, and I've never come across any wolves in my life, but I think I'd want something more than pepper spray if I came across a wolf. But point being is, here's what I want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about this construction project here in a second. These skyscrapers are building right near my house. So Dougie goes on TV in front of the mainstream media, and he says he wants people to be allowed or legally able to carry pepper spray. Now, why is Dougie saying this? You can tell it's windy out today. Why is Dougie saying this all of a sudden? He wants everyone to walk around with pepper spray. Now, I'm not saying walking around with pepper spray as a self-defense tool is a bad thing, because it isn't. But obviously, many people walk around with it currently today anyways, whether they're doing it legally or illegally. Wow, it's windy. So, Dougie is admitting that we have a crime problem in the province of Ontario, at the very least. He's a premier of Ontario, so he's saying that we have a crime problem here. Now, I'd have to agree with him that we do. And anyone with half a brain would agree with him that we do. Now, in a lot of parts of the United States, you're allowed to carry, either open carry one of these or conceal carry one of these. Now, I've stated many times in my videos over the past year anyways, that if I was legally allowed to open carry or conceal carry one of these, I would certainly be doing it, and I'd be doing it right now. That is a little bit more of a deterrent than pepper spray. Now, I've commented on pepper spray a few times in my videos, and not so, and actually recently with the black girl I was talking to down at the park, I mentioned to her that, yeah, you can carry pepper spray, but it's illegal, and I said that to her, with the intent to use it on a person. Now, if you're jammed up in a situation where you have someone trying to grape you, and you're a woman, and you have the pepper spray on you, I would recommend it 110% to use it on that graper, and put it right in his mouth and his eyes. That's what I would recommend. And there's not going to be a court in this province that is going to convict you of using a prohibited weapon on a grapist. So that's a chance you take. And the old saying is, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. And that means go to court. Go to court, you either get trial by judge or trial by jury on the assault charge or whatever, as opposed to letting this person kill you. That's the way it always goes down. And I'm not condoning violence. I'm not recommending that you do that. But I'm saying in the long run, it's your life against their life, and you're always going to bet on your life. Secondly, Dougie also mentioned in the same news conference that he wants to live stream bail hearings in provincial courts. So, which means when someone is going for a bail hearing, Dougie wants live stream cameras in there to capture record of the judge presiding over the bail hearing. So what he's trying to convey is that the judges are letting dangerous repeat offenders out with little or no bail, and he wants to hold those judges accountable. Now, I'm all for this, and I've said this in many of my videos as well, that we have to hold the legal system accountable for what they are allowing back onto our streets. Now, I don't know if Dougie's watching my channel. He may be. And if he is, Dougie, if you are watching my channel, which I'm pretty sure that you are, you know, that cheesecake video was, you know, I was just for entertainment purposes. So I was talking to my brother a couple days ago, and we both came to the conclusion that Dougie is acting a little different in the past 2 or 3 weeks. He seems more nervous about something. That's the word I'm looking for. Now, do I think it's too little too late? Yes, I do think it's too little too late, number one. Number two, at the end of the day, Dougie, you are the top, like I said in the cheesecake video, you are the top person in this province to get things done. Like, you imagine working in here today? Like, it's cold out today too. With wind chill, I hear it's over -20. And it's friggin' windy. You can see the Tyvek, the construction wrap flapping around. I'm gonna talk about these guys in 1 second. These hard workers right here, man. All the respect in the world for these people. So, what's going on with Dougie Ford? Like, what's his change of heart? Like, he's almost pretending like he's not a liberal right now. And I like it, but you know, okay, not only do I like it, I genuinely think that Dougie is a conservative. I genuinely think that. But like I said, he's been bought, he's been had, he's been compromised, whatever you want to say. But I think maybe he's starting to develop a conscience, and he's actually preparing us for what I think is going to happen in the streets very soon. It was also outlined this week that at St. Patrick's Day celebration in Kitchener-Waterloo, which is an hour and a half west of Toronto. You know, it's a big university college town, and they had a big gathering in one of the squares there. I've been out there. It's an interesting city. I don't mind it. And the police were policing the St. Paddy's Day celebrations, but it was noticed that there was a police sniper up on one of the rooftops with a sniper rifle and a giant suppressor on the end of the sniper rifle. That's, you know, suppressor is to deaden the sound of the gunshot. So people are wondering why there is a sniper on the rooftop. Now that's going to lead me into my next thing I want to talk about. We've been in a militarized police state for many years in this country and North America. You look at our cops, the way they roll around, and I have it on video many times, the way they roll around all kitted up in paramilitary equipment. And I make a point when I go to gatherings, like protests and rallies, that I take a good look at what the police tactics are and their kit, what they wear. And if you watch my videos, you've seen that many times. I get a bird's eye view of how they're kitted and how they interact with the public. Now, you would ask, why would there be a sniper on the roof? And people have asked that. And the answer is, well, that's just common practice. We've been doing that. It's just support. It's height vantage support to complement the police on the ground. Now, in the event of a catastrophic event where a sniper is going to be utilized, that's going to mean someone in the crowd has one of these, or multiple people in the crowd have one of these, and they are trying to unalive people. Look at this here. I like this. Look at this. I've never been down this laneway. I like that. Group of 7-ish type scene. So, two things. It provides training for the police, and it provides overtime pay for the police in a lot of cases. Now, at these rallies that I go to, and the last one was an Iranian pro-regime change and counter-protesting the regime change, I pointed out there was a lot of sergeants there, which means you're a more senior officer. Now, I looked up how much a sergeant makes per year for the TPS, and it came back between $150,000 and $170,000 for a sergeant. This is Canadian. Now, this is Chat GPT. I also got information back that some of them can make up to $300,000 a year. Now, I noticed, and I'm not disparaging the Toronto Police Service here quite yet, but I noticed when I was down there, and I pointed this out a couple times now in my videos, there seems to be an exorbitant amount of senior sergeants there. And they appear like they have gray goatees like myself, my age and a little bit older, and that's good for a uniformed cop. If you got a gray goatee and you don't have any bars on your shoulder, well, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you did something wrong in your career. So if I was a cop at 56 years old, I'd want to be a sergeant, because you know, that's a natural progression up the ladder or the food chain in the TPS. So and if you're not, I'm not disparaging that either. It's just you didn't want to take the next step, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want the responsibility. I understand that. But I pointed out a lot of sergeants, and I'm going to put up on the screen how much they make per hour for overtime, how much they make per year. I'm going to put that all up on the screen. You'll see all that. So when Dougie Ford tried to get the injunction for the Al-Quds protest to stop it, the court came back and said, no, Dougie, you're a little too late on stopping this. And a big reason that is, all the overtime for the TPS has already been assigned. That ball was already, you know, in motion. And not only do you have the Toronto Police Service there, lots of them, like in the mounted division, the mounted unit, you have paramedics and you have fire that are dressed up in tactical kit as well. Like, I don't understand, and quite a few of them, at least a dozen of them, at least a dozen. So, you're telling me that our ambulance service, our fire service, isn't close enough to the U.S. consulate that they just can't dispatch normal, regular pay people to these things? No, it's a cash grab. It's a cash grab for the Toronto fire. It's a cash grab for the Toronto police, and it's huge money. The numbers that these people make it's substantial. And okay, other than the Canada First rally, I believe it was in January down at Nathan Phillips Square, where the Antifa gender confused guys were throwing feces and urine, and they all had weapons on them. That's the only time I've seen the police, well, not the only time, but that's the most recent time I've seen the police have a physical altercation where one of the Antifa type gender confused dudes wearing a dress punched the cop in the head. Then you know, when you're getting arrested for assault police, they search you. Then it turns out that you have multiple weapons on you, because you know, they are not thinking with the mindset of a sane, rational person. So not only do you punch a cop in the head, but then you have weapons on you in the commission of punching a cop in the head. Makes a lot of sense, right? So this is the first time, you've seen me walk in front of that building on St. Clair many times, but this is the first time I've ever seen how big this project is back here. And these construction workers probably think I'm one of those dipstick liberal Karens walking around here. You're making too much noise. You're ruining the environment. This is bullshit. Blah blah blah. No, I'm not that. I'm all for these guys working hard here. So we need more houses for the immigration that the liberals are bringing in. That's what we need more houses for. Maybe this will be like a Habitat for Humanity type situation soon. Who knows? You'll own nothing and be happy. These will all be rentals soon. So pepper spray, bear spray. Dougie wants to make it legal. Militarized police going to events with sniper rifles. High-ranking Toronto Police Service uniformed officers going to protest rallies, making huge money. Now this is going to lead me into my last point. This construction site. I came here for a reason. Mario from the north. What's his name? Mario Zalala. You know who he is. The bald guy, very well-spoken guy. I think he lays down when he does his videos, and he's quite researched as well. I like him. I like Mario. By all accounts, Mario has done well for himself. He's a wealthy guy, and he's building a house, I believe, north of the city, and it's like 10,000 square foot house. Like, this guy has done well for himself. He's got Lambos. I think he's got a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and he's a common sense conservative, and he's an immigrant. I don't know what country he's from, but I couldn't find the video, but I remember watching the video about a week ago where he's saying he talks to a lot of these type guys, like HVAC guys, plumbers, electricians, framers, foundation people, concrete finishers, stuff like that. And I believe that because he's in the midst of building a custom home. So he would have the direct accessibility to talk to these different trades. And he said in his video, listen to this, he said in his video that he hasn't met one tradesperson that has voted Liberal or is going to vote Liberal. Now, there are a lot of tradesmen in Ontario and in Canada. Now, just based on who he's talked to, it would give you an indication that these hard-working blue-collar construction type people are not big on the Liberal government. And I know this is true because when you talk to a Liberal that thinks they have moral superiority, they look at these people like they're scumbags. They think their houses and anything that they need fixed in their house is just going to fix itself until they have to pick up a phone to call a plumber or electrician or an HVAC person in. And there's a very good chance that tradesperson, whether it be male or female, there's a lot more women in the trades these days, whether that tradesperson, whether you think you don't need that tradesperson right now, one day you're going to. And there's a very good chance that tradesperson is going to come to your house in this Liberal hellhole Toronto, and that tradesperson is going to be conservative. And there's a very good chance they're not going to like you being a Liberal. And we all know that Liberals have a tell. They have many tells to let you know they're Liberal. So my question, my question that I want to pose to people that watch my videos, the few people that do, but it is increasing, and I appreciate that. If I got any tradesmen out there right now, I personally, let me back this up. I personally know 2 plumbers and electrician, and I've known them for many, many years. They're friends of mine. And I know all 3 of those people do not have the COVID-19 jab, as I don't either, same as me. And I'm not gonna say maybe I will say it. My conversation to at least one of the plumbers, he told me that when he goes into a house to do a job, he may or may not charge a premium if the customer is a little over the top Liberal, if you know what I'm saying. So my question I'm posing to all you hardworking tradesmen and tradeswomen out there, I'm not saying these people here. These people are generally union employees like Luna 183 and I don't know the other unions like concrete finishers. There's all a bunch of different unions in here, drywallers. I get all that. I even got a buddy that is in the drywall union. And I understand they're not going into customers' homes. They're building new homes. That's different. But let me ask you this. Have you heard of any stories, or if you're a contractor, do you refuse to work for a Liberal, or do you charge a premium for an over-the-top Liberal customer? Do you charge a premium? Now, I'm not saying that's on the up and up to do that. And if you do comment in the comment section, obviously you don't have to say that you do that. I'm just curious. Every month, more and more of these hard-working people are being laid off, and I'll put some stats up on this video as well with what's going on with the housing industry as just a specific example, not including all the other industries, the automotive industries. Like 84,000 jobs were lost overall last month in Canada. I believe over 60,000 alone were in Ontario. Obviously, Ontario is the economic hub of Canada, that and Alberta with the oil. But I'm not disparaging any of the other provinces with what they have to offer as well. Myself, I take things from all different provinces, and I'm very grateful for farmers and for fishermen and for all the tradespeople. Don't get me wrong. I'm not someone that takes these sort of people for granted, working up in there, freezing their ass off. When these guys go home after a 10-hour shift, they're not going to be in the best of mood, especially working in the wind. Wind always gets you cranky. Now, the one good thing by me living so close to this construction site, the bad thing is I hear the nail guns, I hear the hammers, I hear the equipment. But the good thing is I hear the construction workers talking in Portuguese, and my Portuguese is getting a little bit better. I don't want to practice on camera right now, but I practice at home in the shower. So anyhow, Dougie Ford wants to legalize spraying people in the face with pepper spray. Toronto cops and other cops around the country are making huge bank, and the construction industry, i.e. home building and, well, I guess namely new housing is taking a beating. Put in the comment section if you got anything to add to this video. Like I say, I learn a lot from my viewers, and I think I have one of the most intelligent viewer base on YouTube, and that's because most of them are conservatives. Thanks for watching. Bye.